It's that time again. Time for some real talk about real issues to enhance your real life. Whatever you think, whatever you know, whatever you feel, Tanya doesn't mind talking about it. Get ready for some real talk that is always rated R, because Talk with Tanya has got to be relevant. Talk with Tanya has got to be refreshing. But most importantly, Talk with Tanya has got to be real. Tune in right now for Real Talk with Tanya White.
Welcome once again to the Real Talk with Tanya White show. It's your host, your girl Tanya White. And when you're listening to this, we are in September. We're making this in September to remember. So all of our guests, like always, are rated R for being real, relevant, and refreshing. But this September, we have a lineup that is going to be epic, epic, epic. And today is no different. And as we have Chajuana R. Mays on. She is from Louisville by way of Columbus, and she's going to tell us that story in just a moment. But we must give a shout out to our September sponsors who are going to be on the show this month. We want to say thank you to Casper and Cheryl Stockholm. They are the love builders from Colorado, and Casper and Cheryl have been on here when they discussed their debut book, Divorce Proof in Your Marriage. And Casper's been on here when he discussed his Mastering Adam book. Now Cheryl has Mastering Eve, and so she will be on here talking about that. But thank you so much for being our Real Talk show sponsors for the month of September. If you are interested in becoming a show sponsor for the economic price of $99 a month, just email us, inbox us at realtalkwithtanyawhite@gmail.com. You know, Tanya is Tanya, white is in the color.com. Now let's get to our gorgeous guest, Chajuana R. Mays from Louisville by way of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to the show, Chajuana. How are you?
Hey, Tanya, I'm doing good.
Gorgeous, melanin, braids are popping, hat is locking. Listen, we're going to have fun today. Before we get into who you are, what you are doing, and how you're making this world better, tell us who Chajuana R. Mays is. How did you get to Louisville from Columbus? Give us the short version.
Okay, first I'm gonna tell everybody I got locks, y'all. Girl got locks.
Locks. Okay, locks.
But okay, so my name is Chajuana. I am a mommy of two girls, 22 and 25.
What you say,
so yeah,
I know you black don't crack. Girl.
So I'll have my 47th year around the sun next Saturday. I'm so excited. I share a birthday with Whitney Houston. Come on now, Leo. Anywho, but yeah, and I am very much into like going against the grain and living a lifestyle of just when they say like you reach your 40s and things in life just turns downhill, it's over and all the things. I have been living a lifestyle to wanting to go against that belief. And every day that I wake up and I feel good and I keep telling you to live this lifestyle, I'm like, somebody lied to us.
Yeah.
So I walk that path. I lead by example. I do all the things. And how I got to Louisville was by way of a man. I met a man here. We had mutual friends back home. And, you know, it started from there. And that's how it happened. And I brought my girls here in 2011.
Okay.
And I've been a Louisvillian since then.
All right. A man, yes. We all get here through by way of a man. On this earth by way of a man, planting the seed. So you have two girls, grown girls.
Yeah, grown girls.
Let's talk about being a mommy of girls, especially in this time. Times are always changing, but they are changing drastically, especially with the onset of technology and social media. How was raising girls different than how you were raised?
Woo. Well, honestly, I don't think it was any different. I think what it was for me was just growing into allowing my girls to like do them, right? Mm-hmm. I had that in my life unknowingly. It wasn't something that was like purposely done. It just ended up being that way, and which has basically going all the way through my adulthood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no one talked to me and forced me to do anything. It was just, me growing up in the home with my parents and doing what they told me to do. But also moving to Louisville was a huge part of me becoming who I am, getting away from my family and kind of like just exploring me. Like, wow, like honestly, there are a lot of things that I believe that no longer serve me when I
Yes.
was with my family and back home.
Yeah.
And I started to walk in that and explore and expand and do all the things. And now I am a completely different person than what I was. So me walking that journey
Yeah.
allowed, like my baby girl, she's been with me. My oldest daughter went back home when she was 15.
Mm-hmm.
And so my baby girl has just been by my side ever
Mm-hmm.
since. And she's saw this whole transition. And so, which allows me to allow her to be her, do her.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, it creates a lot of ease in my life
Yeah.
as a mom, as a just a parent, like raising a daughter through her different seasons of life,
Yeah.
but still also having the ease for this season of life that I am in transitioning between 40 and 50, and now trying to figure out, okay, what do I do? Who am
Yeah.
I? This is a whole new season. Where do I go from here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just been a journey of exploration right now.
I love it. A journey of exploration. That's something that I know growing up, I'll be double nickels this year. And seeing the liberation that we as women, especially African American women, have, still along with the limitations, but there's more liberation in who we can become,
Yes.
what we can pursue, and there really isn't anything stopping us, but the things that we allow to stop us. And so that's what I love what you said. It's a journey of exploration, because we were, like you said, you did what you was told to do. Yeah, I was told you need to do this, and that. And so it wasn't until after my parents were in heaven that I was like, I don't have anybody here tell me what to do. And then that's when I'm like, what do I want to do? So I love it. Journey of exploration. And that's what we need to do as parents, the village, allow our kids to explore who they are and who they want to become and evolve into. Now, Shauna, who are you now? And what are we going to talk about your business? How did you get into holistic products and services?
Well, it's holistic coaching. So what it is how I got into it is because, again, when I was back home with my parents, you have a set of beliefs that you practice via repetition over and over again up until you're a certain age or until forever, right? But like I said, when I got here, there were just things that I could now question, like things that wasn't serving me. And one of the beliefs that I held on to is once you become a mom and or a wife or whatever, life is over. Like, or you got to serve everybody, and no one says that you're a part of the equation, right? So through practice and repetition, we believe that to be true, right? It's not a fact. It's been a belief that's been ingrained in us so much. So it's like we believe it as true. And so one day I was 36 years old and, I had been to Louisville for about a few years now. And then I was just like very, very tired, exhausted, like gaining all the weight, didn't feel good, taking care of everybody, answering every question, whether it was babe from my ex-husband or mommy or, and I was working a full-time job, a part-time job. Now, all these things were happening while I was doing full-time and part-time. And I was just like, okay, I am not the only one in this house. I don't have to do everything. And something has to change because I do not like the way that I feel. I don't like feeling like I'm mean all the time because I was just so unhappy with myself. And I was like, I can't. I'm 36. Like, I've got all this life to live. Does that mean I got to keep living like this all the time, every day of my life? I was like, no. And I was just like, no. Like, I don't know what the next thing is to do, but it's going to be a no. And so because I had that thought in my mind,
Yeah.
my brain started working on how to create this change. Like I did not have a solution. It was just like my brain went to work. And all I knew was I wanted consistent fitness. I wanted to learn how to eat healthier as a Black woman coming from the traditional ways of eating with soul food and all the things. I wanted this so bad. I was like, I've got to figure out a way to how to make this work for I can take care of myself and take care of my family. It didn't have to be an either or. So my brain just got to work and started figuring that out. So I became this person who showed up on social media and was just like living her life and taking care of her family and, you know, taking care of herself. And I was starting to love it because when I made that commitment, everything started changing. Like my kids started wanting to work out, like, because they would be used to interrupting me and things like that. And I would allow them. Ooh. Then one day I was like, no, like, I want to know what happens if I say no. And they interrupt me in the midst of my workout or meal prepping and stuff like that. And then when I decided in my brain, like, it's not an emergency. They don't have to interrupt you. You can say no and continue what you're doing, because every time they interrupt you, your 30-minute workouts become 45 minutes to an hour.
Yes. Yes.
You know, so I built that habit, which they didn't know it was a habit that I built, but I was like, I want to build something different. And we had to work through all of that between habits that I built with my husband at the time, had habits that I built with my kids. I was like, I don't know, it felt hard in my body, but also no one died, Tanya. No one died from me doing it.
No one died. And let me go back. You said a lot of $1 million nuggets, especially for a Black woman. First of all, let me go back to what you said. The first thing I wrote down, you started questioning your beliefs. Yes. Now, people hear that and they be like, oh yeah, that's easy. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Especially in the Black family when we're steep on tradition. And if we break apart, it's like you're leaving like somebody died, like you said.
Yes.
Oh my God. Sure. Why are you thinking differently?
Yes.
And so when you said that questioning your beliefs, that is the start of that liberation. Take us back to that moment, because I know I battled that for I'm gonna say years for the first onset. I'm like, do I have to do this?
Right.
How was that for you? You're saying questioning your beliefs. You were 30 at the time. You're in a new city, but you knew something had to change. But it started with questioning your beliefs. Take us back to that moment. What did you feel like? What was going on? How does somebody know that your beliefs are being questioned?
Well, I mean, this is a universal belief. Like when you become a mom and a parent or a wife or whatever, it's no longer about you. It's about serving everybody else. It's kind of like it's this built-in belief that you hear from your aunties and your mamas and them talk. And, you know, it's just a practice belief. Right. And so naturally, as you hear it so much, you grow up, you become a parent and a mom and a wife and all the things. It's like, well, this is, even though I don't feel good and I'm suffering, this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I just thought to myself, because it's also I would see
gotta be something more.
Yeah.
There's gotta be something more.
Yeah. I was more than a wife, and I was actually a real human before I had kids and I became a wife. Like I had goals, desires, dreams. Yeah. I was like, what if I took myself back to that? Like, what would that look like? You know what I mean? And so I just decided to do that. Like no one told me. I was just like, I'm just going to do that and see what happens. And long story short, it turned out no one died. Even my ex-husband, he's vegan. We still are out here in the world running clubs. You know, I'll see him every now and again. And, you know, he's impacted his family. You know, now that they're getting older, they want to do, you know, different things with improve their lifestyle and everything. My baby girl, she lives the lifestyle that I live. She's seen it. She's, you know, it's amazing. I always think the woman, she's so powerful.
Yeah.
If she decides to make a decision to create the change, it trickles to everybody eventually.
Right? And that's what I want to get to, because we think the hard part is questioning our beliefs, then making the change. And it's hard because you are changing like generations.
Yeah.
People call them generational curses, generational beliefs that no longer serve you to where you are and where you want your family to be in the future. So we're speaking to somebody right there listening, whether it's when the show airs or years down the road, when you feel that moment and you said, hey, listen, I don't want to live like this.
Yeah.
I don't want to compartmentalize myself. I remember it was when I had the aha moment, and it was through a song. I'm a music person, all genres, and it was a country music group. They had a song, There's Gotta Be Something More, and it was Sugarland. And I'm a country music fan. So when I heard that song, I've heard it so many times, but at that moment when I was battling, not only question my beliefs, but implementing the changes to change where I wanted to go, that was yes, there's got to be something more to me. I don't have to live a cookie cutter life that other people lived, had success, but then sometimes we think our success is the success and the only roadmap, and it's not.
Right.
So I commend you for saying, first of all, and then I picked up, you said, no one says we are built to believe that as women, wives, and mother, you are not a part of the equation. And you are. When you're a caretaker, a mother, a nurturer, you have to take care of self first.
Exactly.
And that's what we believe the opposite. No. And you said you knew what you wanted. I wanted consistent fitness. I wanted this. And you said, what happens when I say no? All of this is $1 million nuggets of wisdom that leads you to the life that you have wanted and longed for. And when you question your beliefs, say, I don't have to follow this paradigm, this thinking, this philosophy. I don't like where I am right now. It's not that you don't like the person you are. You don't like where you are because you know there's something more to you. And then knowing your goals, and then the cherry on top, what's going to happen when I say no? I've got to say no to things that I used to say yes to, but you said also distractions. Now, all of that, y'all better rewind it to get them nuggets, put it on your refrigerator. So,
you know what? You know what? One thing, the hardest part was saying no to the people in my home.
Yes, that's what I was going to get to.
Okay.
See, Chajuana?
Anything else?
Why was
everything
it so hard?
Outside of that, was easy.
It was
because
easy.
As long as I could control my environment in my home and shift habits, create new ones, I could say no to anything else outside of that, because that really wasn't a priority. Nothing was really a priority outside of my home. So being able to be bold enough to say no in my home created so much ease on the outside, externally in the outside world. So
now, holistic coach Chajuana, you didn't lead me to what I was going to. It's going to be our next thing. When you say no, and you said it so perfectly, you said what was coming out of my mouth. Why is it so hard to say no to those you love, to people in your house that you're comfortable with, that you have you birth children, and you're married? And this is for everybody, where those closest to you, we find it so like, oh my God, I can't say no, but I can say no to everybody else. Everybody else is easy.
Yeah. I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell us why, Chajuana.
I'll tell you why. It's your thoughts.
Oh, come on.
All of your thoughts. It's like, what are they going to say if I say no? I don't want them to be mad at me. Oh my goodness, and the worst thing that could happen, even if someone is mad at you finally standing up for yourself and saying no, the worst thing that could happen is you experience an emotion. And guess what? An emotion or a feeling is not going to kill you. You just get to feel it. And then you can keep saying no. You can keep feeling the emotion. And then guess what? The people in your world are going to be like, okay, she actually means it. So how about we not interrupt her while she's working out, because she's not going to give us what we want. She's not going to respond to this question that's not an emergency. If anything, I kept throwing up my hands like I didn't have to say anything. When my oldest daughter, she was the main one. She was the first one that got the rejection. She came down to me and was like, Mommy, can you help me? And I was like, no, don't you see me working out? And it took her life away. She was like, wait a minute. You usually answer my questions and all the time and every time, whenever I want to ask. And so that was hard. Don't get me wrong, it was hard to experience because I was going against the grain of what traditionally I would normally do. But after all was said and done, I got done with my workout on time. I was like, dang, what if I do this again to something else in my life? You know what I'm saying? But it comes down to our thoughts. It's like what we think somebody else is going to say. And sometimes they may not even do or say anything. They may accept it, right? Oh, okay, that's fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. But because we've made up all this stuff in our head, we're afraid to say no. We're afraid to speak up. We're afraid to do all the things to be able to serve yourself first.
Serve yourself first. First, that is servant leadership. Those who believe in the Bible, Jesus took care of himself first. He stole away when he said, "Oh, I got to get up because I didn't turn over some tables. I don't want to do that no more. Let me go steal away in the garden." And so I love what you said, Chajuana. The worst thing that can happen when you are shifting your habits, because when you're shifting your habits, you are shifting the habits of those close to you as well, whether they want to or not. But you said the worst thing can happen is that you feel an emotion. Yeah. And feel it.
You're going to be all right.
For you. Feel it. Feel the emotion and go on. And you said, oh, after you put those first boundaries in, and you said your daughter's like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. And I remember the first time my mother stood on her ground about some things. So I always used to go when you have that job, your first big grown job, but you still living like, oh, I got a safety net. My mama said, because I was a daddy's girl, so she would get mad in the house when she tell me no, and I go straight to daddy and daddy give it to me. But this is after daddy had gone to heaven, and mama was like, no. I said, what?
Yes.
Mom, I need a car payment. Oh no. See, you have a job and you're spending your money on your wants instead of your needs. Coming for your needs. That will be a no. And you figure it out. And so the first time she said that and hearing you saying, oh, what would do us? That's what I was thrown aback, like your daughter. Yeah. But I got over it because she meant what she said. And you meant what you said. Now, let's go to the other extreme. Had you not said no, when you knew that you was questioning your beliefs, knew that you wanted consistent fitness and all these, you wanted to be a version of yourself that you knew you were capable of, but you didn't have the habits. What would you have been today had you not said no years ago?
I always think about that, Tanya. Actually, I think about had I not decided to control what I could control and decide to serve myself, I feel like I would be in a place of being overweight, constantly buffering with food and alcohol and just to take my emotions and feelings away in the moment, not being active like I am today, or because I would still allow people to interrupt what it is that I want to do for myself. Right. So now it's like I can serve so much better in this space as a coach, as a mom, and most people don't realize that like you can serve so much better when you take care of your mind and your body and you're healthier. Like even if you have businesses, like there's so many entrepreneurs out there and they don't believe in doing this work. It's like, but you can serve so much better and make so much more money if you decide to say no to some things that are not in alignment with you serving yourself first. Imagine how much more you can give to your clients. Imagine how much more value you'll be, and then imagine walking through these things and being able to serve on a whole different level. Like it's available to you, right? Yeah. But again, it comes back to their thoughts and them thinking like, I don't have the time because I'm trying to build this. Well, I'm thinking like, well, this is going to sit you down eventually if you don't create the time to take care of yourself, right? Oh, yeah. So it's very hard for people to see that. And then it comes down to like, even like I've had a lot of clients where they'd be like, well, I like fast food because it's easier. And it's like, no doubt, it is very easy. However, this world is transitioning so much that they now have healthier options everywhere.
Yes.
So
I just saw one, Chajuana, in the airport. And you know, when you're in the airport, you already know you're gonna pay higher money.
Yeah.
So I was looking for something. I'm walking around and I'm like, I'm gonna get this. But then I saw a farmer's fridge vending machine.
Yeah.
And that was the first time
I
saw
a vending machine, right?
It's a vending machine with salads, healthy wraps, and healthy snacks. And you know what, Chajuana? It was cheaper than the food.
Okay.
And it was more filling.
See?
And so when I saw that, I made a choice. I was like, first of all, it was cute. You know, it was cute. And I was like, I'm going to get this. I'm looking at all the variety.
Yeah.
And so there are healthier options. So you just have to look for it and be embraced. Now, Chajuana, tell us about your business. Somebody's listening and they've heard what you said. They've questioned their beliefs. They are learning how to say no, putting in boundaries, and they want consistency in their life with their goal. Why would they come to you? Well, first of all, what's the name of your business and what services do you offer?
Well, my company is Rip Royalty Wellness, and there's a reason behind that. If you see my cup, you know, Queen, there's Queen right there. So everything revolves around royalty and me understanding my lineage. So my coaching program is actually the Royal Renewal Program, because it's just really stepping into that identity of your queenliness, right? And treating your body, your brain, and everything about you with respect, like as a queen would do, right? You see a queen sitting on her throne, she has that image, she's so regal, and she's like, I take care of me.
Take care of me.
And so it's like, that's the kind of the background of what it is. But I also, like I said, my specific people that I love to help are women. I do believe once women change, it's just a ripple effect. It happens to the whole household eventually. So I like to help women. I like to help women create results, right? In any area of their life holistically, like whatever they are, every area that they are struggling in the most, we start there. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you can fix one area.
Say that again, Chajuana, because that's what I tell my staff at work. Say that again.
How you do one thing is how you do most everything. So if you have an area of life that you're really struggling in, once you start to improve in that area, you start to use those same skills that are transferable. You can use them in any area of life, right? So you can start to improve other areas of life. So I help women create results in any area of their life that they're struggling in. Like we go with the area of life that's causing the most stress. But I also, by teaching them how to actually finally follow through, because what happens is we always have this initial motivation and inspiration by the things that we see, or we're motivated to start next Monday for whatever reason. And I always tell women that, motivation lasts 2.2 seconds, right? It feels good in the beginning. And then your thoughts, when challenges and circumstances come in your life, your thoughts start spinning and you're like, see, I knew this was going to happen. As soon as I start doing something, most people believe that the world challenges are not supposed to happen once you commit to a change.
Yes.
So when they happen, it's like, see, this is why I can't do this or commit or follow through or anything like that. And it's like, no, this is amazing. This is an opportunity for you to actually continue or learn how to follow through. So people don't know how to manage their thoughts enough to follow through to get to their goals. Like if you can embrace and understand that challenges are going to happen, they're going to be your own challenges that you create in your brain through your thoughts. They're going to be challenges that happen that are connected to the people that you love. They're going to be challenges that the world's going to offer you, like 2020. And your thoughts about everything, every circumstance, is going to determine how you feel, which is going to determine what actions you take.
Woo,
so if
thoughts,
you think,
feelings, actions.
Yes, which is going to create whatever result, So once you learn to become aware of what it is that you are thinking about everything and how you feel about it, then you can start, okay, this is how I'm feeling about this particular situation, or And this is why I'm starting to, so for example, say if, okay, I'm on my journey in life and I want to save money. Okay. One of my biggest areas is finances, and I want to save money. And all of a sudden I get this unexpected bill in the mail. Right. And then I flip out like, no, this isn't supposed to happen because I said yes to saving money. So nothing is supposed to happen.
Really?
Right.
In what world are you living in?
Right. And so people can get like so stressed out because of their thoughts, like, oh my gosh, I got to pay this big bill. When literally, when your negative feelings and things in your body are when emotions are high, then intelligence is like really low, right? So now you're like, oh my gosh, now all you got to do is call the phone number on the paper and say, hey, what's happening? What is this? What's going on? How can I create an arrangement to make this happen? And settle yourself. But you can't do that when emotions are high. So if you can understand what thoughts you are thinking about this particular bill, this unexpected high bill that you got in the mail, even though you want to save, this is the reason why I can't save. And you start feeling overwhelmed and frustrated and defeated because you wanted to save, but now you got this bill that could possibly take your savings away. When calm down. Figure out what it is you're thinking about the situation, how you're feeling. But if you're in those high negative emotions, then what's going to happen is what you're going to do. You're going to probably go overeat real quick because you're just feeling bad, and you're going to create more of what you don't want because you actually want to lose weight too. Then you're going to start overeating and then over drinking and then watching more and more TV just to kind of take your feelings away and not solve your problem. So now you're creating more weight, you're creating more frustration, you're creating more of all the things that you don't want, which actually leads to, it's a cycle. So if you don't know how to manage your emotions or watch or become aware of what it is that you're thinking, you're always going to create results that you don't want. So my job is to help women specifically, because we are the wheelhouse, we are the asset to everything, to learn how to manage all of that, to become aware of what they're thinking and feeling so that they can create actions that are going to drive them towards the results that they want, and they can have that for the rest of their lives.
Yes. And why, look, audience, she said your passion is for women because we're the wheelhouse. Beyonce Giselle Knowles said, our persuasion can change a nation. That is
most definitely.
Listen.
Most definitely.
Come on now. That's what
that is real.
We
talk.
Run the world.
That is real talk.
That's real talk.
Real talk.
And so that's why it is so important is that we continue to evolve, continue to get in position, continue to, get a royal renewal, just like Esther in the Bible. There's a season of preparation. And so when we are in a season where our emotions are not high, they're balanced, then our intelligence can be balanced, our thoughts can be correct. Then what we feel can follow how we act and bring the results that we want. That's why I heard you say, Chajuana.
That is what I said. She said what she said.
Listen, Chajuana said what she said, and the royal renewal is something that you need to connect with Chajuana Armaze about. Give us your contact information, Chajuana.
All right, so you can reach me on my website, or you can see what my program is all about on my website. So it's www.royalrenewal.info. You can also reach me on Instagram. It's at your YOUR _ holistic health coach. The first thing that we can do is figure out what it is that you want in your life, right? In all the areas of your life. That is the number one thing, because most of us don't even know. We say we want change, and we're like, well, I don't know what I want.
Come on, Chajuana, we could spend a whole nother 2 hours talking to you. You've got to come back. You must come back, especially at the end of the year and the beginning of the year when people say, I want to change. This is what I want to reach. Really? Let's bring it on down. Because let's get to where you really want to be. Because some of those thoughts is where you seen on, God forbid, social media. Somebody told you something. So what do you really want? You need the royal renewal. Before you give us last words of wisdom, I have a segment called 5 Fun Facts, okay?
Okay.
I want the audience to know some 5 fun facts. I don't know what's going to come out my mouth. Like, Chajuana, what is your favorite movie that you watch over and over again while you're working out?
What, move or movie?
Movie.
Movie, my my favorite movie of all time is The Five Heartbeats.
Come on now. You trying to take my spot flash?
Know every single.
You trying to take my spot flash? You want my spot flash?
Well, you ain't gonna get it because you ain't got it.
Come on, Chajuana.
I love it.
What's your favorite song from The Five Heartbeats, girl? Which one?
Oh my goodness. When they were like in the 90s, just in case he's not all that he seems. The JT.
Oh, just in case. You know, that's my favorite movie too. First of all, this is when I first fell in love with Leon. Okay?
Love, man, I'm telling you, love me some Five Heartbeats. It's the best.
Love it, love it, love it. Listen, Chajuana, we can go. Listen, see, you got my kind of girl. You my kind of girl. Five Heartbeats. Okay. Favorite workout move that you like? I gotta do it every day, every time I work out.
Oh my gosh, favorite. I just love to stretch. Like I love where I used to didn't love the stretch. I'm like, because I'm, my body's aging. Yes. I'm like, I like to test my mobility and stability. Like, yes, girl, you still got it. It's okay. Don't let the world tell you what you can't do at this age. So it's more mobility and stability workouts.
All right. What is your favorite meal that you love to eat and prep for?
I wouldn't so much say a meal, but chocolate, anything is my favorite. And I find many different ways to eat it because it's still in my life, regardless.
Chajuana said chocolate is still in her life and she's consistent with her fitness and healthy living.
Yes. Well, mostly
that's why your chocolate skin is worn, because I love me some chocolate too.
It's mainly especially right now in the summertime, is banana ice cream. Ooh. So the frozen bananas, and I use some cacao powder to make my chocolate, and I throw some nuts on there, some crushed nuts and some freeze-dried strawberries and some coconut whip on top, and I got my ice cream.
Shirley, you gotta be back and we're gonna do like a demonstration or something, because that sounds delectable.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
All right, Chajuana, favorite place to vacation?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Last question. Your celebrity crush?
Joe, hands down. Joe. All the things your man won't do.
Listen, yes. Joe is the GOAT of R&B. He created a whole generation of babies with his music. Okay. Chajuana, that was fun, amazing. You are a wonderful, wonderful, just energetic guest. You will be back because you meet the Real Talk Rated R. You're real relevant and refreshing. Y'all get with Chajuana, royalrenewal.info. Chajuana, before we go, talk to that woman, that mother, that wife, that professional who plays all the roles. And they feel as though they are serving everyone but who they need to serve, which is themselves. And they're spiraling out of control. What would you say if you met them and you sense that they're spiraling out, and it caused their wife, mother, job, got all these responsibilities, and they have lost themselves? Give us some words of wisdom.
Okay. Well, the first thing that I would say, just because usually it's them just recognizing where they are, right? That's the first thing, and accepting it, and just having that willingness to accept it, and also accept that they've placed themselves there, right? And that's a hard thing.
Chajuana, you just stepped on the good pinky toe. I didn't place myself there, Chajuana.
I'm so serious.
Chajuana, you done hurt my pinky toe.
I know. And the reason why I say this, they place themselves there, and I'm able to explain it, is simply because when I start coaching more and more with them, I'm able to explain that in a sense that you created, you didn't always have this life. So you had to create new habits when you became a mom, when you became a wife, and you kept them going. You practiced them and you practiced them and you practiced them. And so naturally, that's how your environment began to evolve, right? Yes. These were new things and new beliefs and new actions and all these things that you didn't do before.
Yes.
So you created all of this along the way. Now you have to undo everything, which is the hard, which can be done. But now it's like, but I've already created this. Now, how do I uncreate it?
How do you
And that's where it's like, oh, I got to take responsibility for my part in creating these new habits and new beliefs when I became a mom and a wife and everything else. And that's one of the hardest parts, but it can be done because you've practiced that and you repetitively. Now, guess what? This new life that you want to create, you can start to practice this repetitively.
Yes.
And create a whole new and different life experience for yourself if you are willing to do that work. If you are willing to go through the discomfort, because naturally it starts to balance itself out, just like your life as a wife and a mom started to balance itself out when you created all those new habits that you didn't have before as a single lady out in the world. Now you can start this new life experience creating what you want, practicing new and different thoughts, new habits, new beliefs, and all the things to create this new and different life experience for yourself, even being a wife, a mom, and all the things.
I just felt a weight lifted off when you said, realize that you put yourself there and then you explained it. Listen, y'all need to connect with Chajuana, R. Mays, royalrenewal.info. You have been invigorating, Chajuana. Your first of all, your gorgeous melanin skin, that electrifying smile, head cock, locks to the side. Ain't nothing that like good. You see, I was trying to be like you. Let me say, put my hair to the side like Chajuana. Ain't nothing like you shall be back. Listen.
Thank you.
The queen right now, she shall be back. This is not the first and last time you will see her on Real Talk, because we got to dig deeper into realizing that you put yourself there. That's going to be, y'all digest it a little bit, because we're going to have to spend a whole show on that one right there. And that may be a live show where you can call in, because we got to realize that. And I love the way she's like, motivation lasts 2.2 seconds. I need to explore it. That's $1 million nugget right there. Oh my God. I love this show. I know you love this show, audience. Re-listen to it. Share this show. Subscribe to Real Talk with Tanya White on YouTube. Real Talk with Tanya White. Y'all see my little chocolate face when you get there. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Casper and Cheryl Stockholm's, authors of Divorce Proof in Your Marriage, Mastering Adam, and Cheryl's new book, Mastering Eve. They will be on the show this September. Again, Chajuana R. Mays, wonderful. Connect with her. Chajuana, do you do like group coaching, appearances, keynotes? Do you do all that?
Excuse me. I do one-to-one coaching. That's what I do.
Okay, one-to-one coaching.
I do have something coming up in March where I'm going to be a part of a panel of women first ever in Louisville, Kentucky. So I'm excited about that. More details to come.
Better get with her. royalrenewal.info. Connect with her on social media. Invite her, because I can't believe it's going to be your first time on the panel. And listen, we going to talk off camera, because I need you over at the Clarksville Sales Center doing this. Doing it. Y'all book her. All my principal and my soror principals, y'all need to get with Chajuana. Create something and pay the lady right now. Until next time, you guys, I know you've had a wonderful listening experience. Remember, like I always say, to love your life, live your life, and most importantly, laugh through your life. Until the next episode. Bye-bye.